Here we are. We're somewhat live. Kind of, maybe. Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, Delve into Darkness. As a warning, this is a mature game, and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using the yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause, step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel you're ready, or skip to the next one. Thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria Designs, who created these beautiful dice boxes. Please visit him on Instagram, and the link is in the chat. And he might actually be in the chat right now. I've got this like 2 out of 3 times so far. He missed the one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And our other sponsor, Martlet Games. And Martlet Games is a collective of tabletop veterans dedicated to producing quality content from multimedia like here on Twitch to one-shots, modules, and full-fledged game lines. They are also available for commission work or consultations to help you make your next tabletop project see completion. Investing in the World of Darkness fan communities is just one approach Martlet Games is taking towards spreading rainbows and happiness among the sad boys and sad girls of the World of Darkness. Don't blame me for that. That's just copy that Patrick gave me. Right. So, returning the favor over on their Patreon, or spreading the word of the flock far and wide, ensures your place among the records of history. I'm guessing with those sad boys and sad girls, or whatever. I'm just reading what he wrote. So, I would now like to introduce our vampires, and let's mix up the order. Let's start with Margaret.
Caught me again. Hi, I am Astrid, diviner_Astrid, Margaret Strickland, Crystal Dragons and VC extraordinaire.
And Ja.
Hey everybody, I am Prince, aka Doubles and Dice. I am playing Jalil Cato, Banu Hakim Assassin, and really confused about the Shadowlands and doesn't want to go back to the Upside Down world ever again.
I mean, that's fair. That's an entirely like.
Pronouns for both of us are he, him, by the way.
And Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Abigail, the Techie Tremere, the current caretaker of the Gothmobile. And yeah, that's it.
We'll get to the Gothmobile in just a sec. But first, let's go over to Duran.
Hello there, my name's Cliff. I am playing Duran Giovanni, your friendly neighborhood skulker about and tailor of fine men's and women's wear throughout Vancouver and Western Canada. And I'll pick Ja in the center square to block, please.
Nice. Mordecai.
Hey, I'm Mike. I'm playing Mordecai, the Toreador. I'm gonna get to drive a Gothmobile. I'm gonna add a car to my collection.
The Gothmobile drives you.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Even better.
Jude.
Hey, my name's Sara. For both Jude and I, she, her pronouns. I am your Brawlin Tremere. There were some emotional moments for Jude in the last episode, so I think she's ready to get back on the path to accomplishing our goals as a coterie.
All right. So when last we saw the intrepid kindred coterie of Delve into Darkness, they were taking a bit of the first part of the evening after they had returned from the Shadowlands to kind of process what had been going on. They were just kind of, dealing, and there was a bit of meshing going on with the coterie after, just a little bit of a calling to task, shall we say, of the coterie itself after they had a visit from who is now Mr. Johnson, but it was actually the werewolf who owns Agamemnon Industries. So, when the tail end of the last episode, they had all decided to kind of explore, kind of investigate the goings on of the Gothmobile, which Abigail revealed was, in fact, Baron Marcus, who provided our music IRL. So, we're going to open up the scene with everyone traveling to where the Gothmobile is. It's not super close to where Xenoschism is located, so chances are, unless you wanted to walk for about a half an hour or so, it is car distance, bicycle distance, that sort of thing. How is everyone getting to where the Gothmobile is located? Let's start with
car share.
Yeah, I thought we were all going up in the limo.
That's
Yeah,
what
I thought that was the
thought
idea
as
as well.
well. Yeah.
Mordecai car share. All right. So I'm assuming Abigail is sitting kind of closer to the driver in the limousine and kind of, letting them know where to go. Is there any conversation that is occurring during this time?
Between myself and the driver?
Well,
no, I'm pretty sure I put the coordinates into his GPS.
I meant in the back seat, outside of you giving directions to where the Gothmobile is located.
Oh, like all of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine Ja would be along the lines of, okay, so I've been kindred for a while now, but I'm still trying to understand this concept of a kindred that is also a car and why we would be going to see it.
Is anything
So-
like that possible?
It's not something that I've encountered before. I don't know how it happened, and I don't think our kind can do it. I'm pretty sure our kind can't do it unless Margaret has some ideas. But
So don't worry, it's no Tremere shit. You're safe on this one.
yes, that's not something we would do.
I wouldn't put it past you, but I wasn't blaming you for this one.
If I could do it, all of you would already be cars. So
we'd be like that movie that they made for the kids.
which one? Transformers?
No, the other one where they raced around the racetrack.
Cars?
Something about lightning, somebody's name.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen in Cars, Disney Pixar.
No, I
those
don't want to be
funny-
lightning. Shooting
If anyone
lightning,
tries to-
cool.
Then I'd rather be a crystal.
Being lightning, not so cool.
So what are we're just seeing it for funds, for a fun coterie decompression activity, or why are we seeing this thing?
Well, you wanted to see the car, so I'm.
As long as it's not
taking
going
you
to
the
eat
car.
me, it's fine.
And a second set of eyes might be good. Eyes, ears, whatever, to maybe see if there's anything that anybody else knows that can get.
Or a nice horn. A nice horn could really change the tone of the whole scene.
It plays La Cucaracha.
It must.
I can't imagine anything else. Okay, so can you talk to it? Can you communicate with it in some way?
Well, I only can. There have been those who have been able to communicate with it. I've been working on it with Cassius. I've been working on trying to, in some way, communicate, but I mean, it's possible that others might have options of communicating with it that I don't have. But it has built its secret, so to speak. I believe somebody was able to scry it at one point.
This is
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
so fascinating.
And does it normally like travel around and do stuff, or
No, I mean,
No?
it basically it is what it is, and it's a car that people can drive. I don't know if undead can drive, or living can drive it, but I know we can. So, well, kind of can drive it, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of Cassius, did he text you back yet?
Storyteller? No.
He did
Yes?
not as of yet. And it is usually you meet at Xenocism around 10 p.m. This is probably getting about midnight-ish, about 12:30 probably.
Nothing back from Cassius so far. I don't know. Maybe he's ignoring my text. Do you want to try texting him?
Yeah, sure. I mean, did it show that it popped up that he saw it, or it's just nothing?
Oh, it was an encrypted text message. I wouldn't see that he had seen it or
Oh.
anything like that. We try.
You're right.
We try. I mean, it's a brilliant idea, but we try to keep his privacy. So.
And I mean, really, I think that feature just gives people anxiety, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, so I will get out my phone from my pants pocket and I will try to text Cassius, and I will type hey, like, really need to talk to you. Please contact Abigail or I ASAP.
There is still no response. Like, even for the next couple of minutes, it'll take for the limo to get to the parking garage that is near Abigail's condominium.
Fuck.
Anyone else find it a little bit strange that our would-be employer has suddenly conspicuously made himself absent at the point where we actually have the item we were to procure for him?
Well,
You know,
Senor Abigail, can you do that voodoo you do so well with the cell phone and where it is and go, aha, Cassius is here. He might be in a spot of trouble.
I could do that, except I'm pretty sure. Well, if Cassius hasn't texted back, he probably doesn't want to be found. But I can try. I mean, we have a few minutes.
We believe in you.
Storyteller.
That's me.
Cell phone connected to VPN. Cell phone connected to
VPN,
some sort
backup.
of.
Vancouver
Yeah.
by night.
Connected to the Vancouver by Night servers.
Yeah. Well, cell phone connected to or making a hotspot.
VPN, Backblaze, etc. Yeah.
etc. Did you just say Blackblaze?
Yev
I
is
heard
canon.
Backblaze in there,
So
for
yeah.
sure.
I haven't heard that in a
Butt
while.
blazed.
By the way,
VPN.
Backblaze, if you want, I'm fishing for sponsors at this point.
So the usual then?
Yes, the usual. This is a hack, so that would apply.
5 successes.
You okay, this is my storyteller hint of the day. You've successfully hacked into your boss's cell phone. And you what are you doing with the cell phone? Are you like viewing the camera, or are you
I'm looking into the GPS
Download his browser history.
location, like where it is.
it is at the Tremere Chantry, the new one, not the old one.
Okay.
That's
And then yes, let's try turning on his camera.
how he's being a dick.
You see, essentially, you definitely know what the inside of the Tremere Chantry lab looks like. The one you can't see anything, like the front facing camera, so it's like as if somebody put their cell phone face down. That camera you can't see anything, but if you open the back camera, you can see like the ceiling of the Tremere Chantry, of the inside of the lab where the magical experiments happen.
Can I turn the microphone on?
If you want.
I'd like to see what I can well, I'd like to hear what I can hear.
I want to mute us so that he can't hear us listening to him.
It's a possibility too. Yeah, so you turn the microphone on, and you hear like various like kind of. You have experienced the inside of the Tremere Chantry lab before, so it's like there's the various bubbling noises. There's like kind of like you can hear like a Bunsen burner noise, like the. There's various other kind of nondescript noises. You can hear something that sounds like moving stone. But other than that, you can't really hear anything.
All right, I'm going to shut her off. It seems that he's at the Chantry. It seems that he is otherwise occupied and probably just not answering his phone. So, you know how they get, those older Tremere, when they get into something, they just lose track of time, get caught in the abyss or things like that. Well, I imagine he'll probably answer us at some point before the morning.
Yeah, thank you for checking. Grazie. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes, I myself was afraid that he got himself caught up in the abyss again. Good to know he's in town.
Well, I mean, that's not to say that he isn't caught in the abyss. He may have left his cell phone there, but, we're going to assume he's safe until we don't hear from him for a little while longer.
Don't Tremere make regular appearances at the chantry, like some kind of stone cutter thing?
Not us.
Yeah, no, not me. I mean, I'm not super familiar about how things are working in this city with all of that, but
You
not
don't check in?
not really. Well, yeah, I mean, we get together time and time again because, as you do with your clan.
Right.
Yes, I mean, we do
As
go
one
there for
does.
studying purposes, but there's no reason for us to check in tonight. And if by checking in, I mean, we sent a text message saying we were out, so there's no other thing that we really need to do when it comes to checking in. It's not.
I mean, I'd rather not. That's my personal thing. I mean, I like to kind of do my own thing. So, why do you ask though?
His phone's in the lab. One of you could go into the lab because you're part of the pyramid.
First of
Well-
all, I ain't part of the pyramid. Okay.
The clan.
There is no pyramid
Let's get
anymore.
one thing straight. The pyramid and me
This is my
far
favorite.
away from the explosion. I'm not in it. I don't want to be in it. I
Plausible
never was in it.
deniability. I like it.
We gotta sit down and talk about Karna one day, okay, Mordecai? We're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna learn you some information about how
Carnage?
Tremere are moving forward in these nights. No, not Carnage, but there's always some of that. Can't
Great
help it.
trailer. Great trailer.
Thanks.
Oh, Jude, he's just caught up in his ways, and he just wants to believe that we're all so horrible.
Ooh.
You
Me?
do.
Ow.
Yes.
I like Tremere.
Of course you
predictable.
do. Of course you
Oh,
do.
predictable.
I like Tremere too.
Ja likes Tremere as well.
I like these two Tremere.
Because he thinks you're predictable too.
Thanks, Margaret.
You're not predictable.
Duran, would you like to weigh in since we're being evaluated right now?
No, grazie. I'm good with just looking out the window. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Your silence
Miss
speaks
Bennett.
volumes.
Well. Yeah.
Also, Mordecai, what about what I have done has been predictable for a Tremere?
Individually, you're not. Individually, the two of you are probably the most non-Tremere I've ever dealt with. But
I don't know if that's a compliment.
no, it is. It absolutely is. I rather enjoy being surprised. It happens so rarely. We have a Tremere who would have been easily embraced by the Bruja, and no one would have batted an eye, as Duran said. And we have a Tremere whose technological skill seems to rival that of this master level werewolf individual who can poop himself through phones. So I'm pleased that
Good. Count yourself
the
lucky
usual
then. You're welcome.
cloak and warlock complete predictability doesn't exist. That said, the ritual stays the same. The pomp, the circumstance. Showing up at the chantry, I'm sure, is still some attempt at vestige of semblance of normality, despite the fact that the pyramid has been destroyed.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I get that. I get that. It makes sense, Storyteller, how far away are we at this point?
You're actually getting pretty close at this point.
And where is this located in the city?
So it's located on False Creek, right near the Granville Bridge. It's one of the buildings down near the seawall in that area. And it is on the north side of the False Creek if you were looking on a map. And there's an underground parking lot in one of those buildings.
Okay, cool.
Storyteller note: it is not the new building that's like shaped like a wedge, because that building's ridiculous and I don't like it.
No.
You guys have a mall center? Or a Flatiron building, rather?
No, it's a new building that is shaped like a wedge because they built it like right in between an on ramp for the like the Granville Bridge. It's
Weird.
yeah.
New
it's
York's got one like that. It's really famous.
so does Toronto. Anyway,
Well, that's true.
as you're pulling up to Abigail's building, what does Abigail's building look like?
Abigail's building is one of the standard glass and concrete kind of things that you would see down by the water near that area near False Creek. It's basically pretty much cookie cutter like everything else in that area. No offense, Vancouver, but come on. So it's indistinguishable really from any of the other buildings. I mean, you've got a couple of courtyards there, little water features, things like that. But as a general, it's basically just concrete and glass.
I have to lower my light over here because of the shade against Vancouver.
You roast the ones you love.
It's true.
I mean, to be fair, they've got some interesting buildings. But
I roast Philly all the time.
Oh,
I live here,
could-
but Philly gets roasted.
I could
Oh,
buy
yeah,
the building
in-
and spruce it up.
please don't. I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
But you
Uh,
could.
Complaining about how terrible it looks.
It's not terrible. It's just
Predictable.
plain and simple, much like our friend Duran.
yeah, I was hoping you'd do that, and you did. Yeah.
So the limo
Turn-
pulls into
Turn down
the
these candles. It's way more
so the
shade than you think.
limo pulls into the parking garage. And are you telling the driver which particular like level of the underground parking that it's on?
Yeah, and while he's doing that, I'm also turning off the cameras in that area of the building. It's on the lowest level in the garage.
I'm gonna give you
as you can basement.
I'm gonna give you an extra dice for the roll you're about to make because you're about to make that roll again. And since it's the building that you live in, essentially, it will be like you've been all over the security system for this. So it's like finding your way into this particular computer program system. Yeah, you're gonna crush it anyway. You could just take half. It's fine. It's the new errata. It's okay. You don't have to roll because you might
Hey,
get a
don't
messy
take
critical.
her power away. Shame on you.
Let her have all of the clickety clackety she wants.
Players or viewers like to hear the clickety clack.
So 5 successes and a crit. So basically, like we've got 7 successes here.
7. Okay, yeah, that's way more than enough. So you're killing the security cameras in the entire underground parking, or just the
No, just that bottom level.
Just the
We've
bottom
driven
level?
in, but I mean, it's normal to drive in a limo in that area. I mean, it's close enough to Yaletown that there's some more wealthy folks. So driving up in a limo would not be unheard of in this area.
That's actually
But-
something that Mordecai's driver would have noticed, that the like regular underground parking isn't necessarily designed for limos. So there's like a lot of kind of curves and that sort of thing. This is actually kind of specifically designed so that a longer vehicle can get through and get down to the lower levels.
Yeah, so I'm just turning off the cameras on the very bottom level.
On sub-level
I don't care if
3,
Sub-level, whatever you want to make it storyteller. I'll go with it.
I just did. Sub-level 3 has the cameras now turned off. So you basically pull in. Give me a wits and awareness, anybody who's in the kind of front-ish half of the limo. And I will roll for Mordecai's driver.
I'm assuming I'm next to Abigail, so I'm gonna roll.
shit. Mordecai's driver is amazing.
Yes, she is.
It's like
Woo.
I almost got like a crit on that, but it's 5 successes regardless on 5
That's okay.
dice.
Ja is comfortable with y'all's fuckery.
5 successes.
5.
4.
Is it Mercy that's driving?
Yep.
Okay, so Mercy kind of leans back, and Abigail, you would notice this at about the same time. The limo kind of peeks out from a corner a little bit, and then Mercy kind of stops. Like it's almost jarring. Like nobody is like thrown to the ground or anything, but it's kind of like it's a more sudden stop than you would be kind of expecting in a limo. And she kind of like leans back and goes, boss?
See?
And what Mercy and Abigail see first is there's the Gothmobile, which is a 1957 hearse. It is completely shiny. It looks like it's just rolled off the production line yesterday. It's got kind of the white trim around the wheels. It's got, kind of, it has fancy as fuck hubcaps, and it's like, it just looks absolutely amazing for a hearse. However, there are 2 people who are standing in suits, sunglasses, slick back hair, and they're just kind of like looking back and forth beside it. And there is someone with a small, like, it looks like a kind of a computer system that's on wheels, and they're trying to like kind of, it looks like they're trying to access the gas main of the vehicle.
Please don't move for a second. I don't know who these people are.
Mercy's like, I'm staying here. Like,
Is this normal?
No. So let us make ourselves known in a very violent fashion.
Oh yes.
I'm actually wondering, may I sense the unseen right now?
You may.
Okay, so I'll give you wits and aspects.
Let me look up actual Sense the Unseen to see if they have a description like they used to in the old system.
It's like I have written in my little cheat sheet that it senses obfuscation or other supernatural.
Yep, that's pretty much what I got too. But it is
Yeah.
against their... Oh no, it's just a straight up wits and aspects. Okay, cool. Let me check 2nd edition and see what that particular power...
2nd edition.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Going way back.
Okay.
Storyteller, I'm going to burn a willpower.
Probably a good idea.
I was also thinking about doing that too.
Or perception. See, this is why the older editions are kind of cool. There's like a little fancy chart here to help you out with the...
I do love a table.
Other
I love
things.
a table.
Describes different things, like what you look like after you've committed diablerie.
Oh, I know. I know what it is. You
Dun,
mean
dun,
diablerie?
dun.
What? What's that?
What the kids are doing these days.
Nothing I've ever heard of.
Right?
And our willpower didn't refresh from last time.
Not as of yet, no.
Okay, so I really can't then. So I got 1 for my sense the unseen.
So you can distinguish kind of a shade of the particular creatures that are out there, their aura, and you're getting, it's not pale, but it's kind of muted, as a kind of like, you're not really getting a straight color out of it. Like it just seems like something is off about this particular aura that you're trying to look at.
and Jude will relay that to the group. What do you
So
think
trying
that means?
to get into this car, we're trying to get into the gas tank of this car, and this is the Gothmobile, right?
From the looks of it, yeah, they're trying to get into the gas tank, and the person that's kind of kneeling beside the Gothmobile, they have kind of like a contraption on their head that looks kind of like a chrome shiny, like a kind of a steampunk looking glasses. Like there's like a bunch of different things on it, and there's like a few gears here and there, and they look really frustrated, and they have like kind of a lab coat on. Like they look completely different from the two people that are standing kind of near the headlights of the Gothmobile, and they have their hand in their jacket, and they're kind of looking around.
If you're about to say something, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna say, let's make them more frustrated. I just rolled a 5 successes and basically a dirty critical. So
To do what?
to do burnout. I mean, I could do remote access, but let's just do
Remind everybody
burnout.
what burnout does again.
So burnout, basically, I can look at a device and it will be like, I can do it by touching it, but I can also do it from a distance. Obviously, the further the distance is away, the more successes I need, but I can basically make that thing unusable.
Okay, wait a minute. So what have they seen us?
It doesn't appear so as of yet.
So
Like
we've
the-
just sort of pulled up. The nose of the limo is sticking out.
Yeah, the nose of the limo,
Forward
and like
enough,
that's why I asked for the first couple of people that are in there.
which seems to be apparently everybody.
Nope. Josh sees what's going on, but Josh is sitting back and watching y'all to see what happens first.
You said that there were how many people out there? 2?
There's 3 people. There's 2 people that are standing with suits, at kind of just off the headlights of the Gothmobile that are looking around, sunglasses on, and
Do we
there's
want
a
to
third
ask these
person
individuals-
by the gas tank, kind of mucking about with like an electronic type device.
Cool. I'd like to do Since the Beast. Do you rule that I have to do a roll on all 3, or one roll does all 3?
It'll depend on how many successes you get. But if you wanted to focus on just one particular person, or like if you had to
I was
pick a
wondering
primary
if somebody
target,
had that. I was like,
if you had to pick a primary target, who do you think like you would focus on first?
The person who seems like is in charge or thinks they're in charge.
That would probably be the person with the electronic device trying to get into
Figured as
the
much.
Yeah. So that will be a resolve in animalism, which is I think the first time this power is being used in any Vancouver by Night game.
It's the first time I've ever used
I
this power.
love that power.
And composure and subterfuge is what you are rolling against for them. Mike, you were about to say?
No, I was just. Do we want to question these individuals, or are we just going in guns blazing? Because everybody seems to be doing their own thing.
Oh, I'm not actually, it's not guns blazing. They do not see me doing this. I am not leaving the car to do this because I can
No, but
see
we're
them
all
out the
doing our own
window.
thing. Is my point. What are we doing? Are we actually going to question these individuals, or are we going to go in guns blazing and stop whatever they're
How
doing?
much do you want to fuck with them?
A plan, maybe?
I roused my resolve. It passed 4 crit.
4 crits? That's like 8 successes. Okay.
Oh no,
That's-
yes,
2
that's-
crit. So it's just 4 total. 4 crit.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Okay.
4 with the crit. Okay. I was like, holy cow, 4. That's 8 successes. You're like, this person like tripped and fell and skinned their knee when they were 8 and they were angry about it. And you're picking that up. So with 4 successes and a crit, you basically you kind of hone in on the person who's kneeling and fiddling about with the Gothmobile. They seem extremely calm. They don't seem like there's not even a hint of frustration coming from this particular person. As for Abigail, you kind of focus in on the machine, and what you are doing in focusing in on it, this would work completely on anything that you've seen in the past. Any computer that you've used it on, any bits of technology, it would be gone. It doesn't work.
Yeah, there's the butt. I knew there was a butt coming.
Now, this gentleman that I sensed the beast on, can I tell if he's a supernatural, and if so, hunger or rage level at all?
You can.
Probably no rage then. If he's calm.
Yeah. There is no rage from this particular person. There is no hunger from this particular person. With that number of successes and a critical, you can't even tell if this person's hungry for regular food. Like, it's just, it's an almost complete blank slate.
Okay, in that case, Margaret would be a little bit on edge, and then she kind of shakes herself out of it. She goes, "The gentleman controlling the technology, I don't know if this will help you, Miss Abigail, but I don't sense jack fucking shit from him. I don't know anger, no rage, no. Even when I look at humans, I can really get information about them and stuff like that. But this guy, it's like he's like an animal or something like that. It's like he isn't actually a physical being."
Well, yeah, and then in combination with this weird, pale, muted aura, like, what does that mean?
And I can't break their technology. This is absolutely new to me. There's the only times that I haven't been able to break into somebody's technology like this is, when it's something that's not of this world, or I'm having a really bad day.
Now,
What this means, senors and senoras, is we are not up against people. Which means if we go in without a plan, we get bit in the ass.
So now that we're all finished doing our individual things, what are we going to do about this? What do
And
we want from these individuals?
At the point that Duran mentions we are not going to go in without a plan, you hear a distinct click from the car, and the car kind of edges backwards, back around the corner.
I got
the limo?
Yeah, the limo.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, like Mercy just put it in reverse and is like, okay, yep, no plan.
In that case,
get the nose out of get the nose out of sight.
That's my girl.
Mercy has our back.
Yes. Okay. Now, what is our end game? Do we just want to get rid of these people for this Baron Marcus Gothmobile car? Do we want to talk with these people about what you're doing with the Baron Marcus Gothmobile car? Do we want to, what is our end game?
Okay, well,
Kill them or talk with them?
I think we should,
I'll be honest.
or talk to them, then kill them.
That's fine. But what do we do first? Kill them?
Right.
Or
So
talk with them?
that's what I'm trying to think. What is the initial approach? Because sometimes, Mordecai, you can go in there and like talk to them, but like we don't even know what they are. So like I don't know if they're gonna be susceptible to your
Everyone's
powers.
susceptible.
I would like to close that job.
I mean,
House attack.
I-
Goes
allow
all in how he does, and then out he goes, and we follow.
Allow me to suggest that Senor Mordecai and I make a distraction, go in, spinning keys around. There is a car near the Gothmobile that could be ours, perhaps. We're a little drunk and going out for a fun night. We're heading there. They're watching us. Senor Ja, you do what you do so beautifully in the darkness.
I can
Slide
make a
up
distraction.
behind. Yes, but see, I don't know
No,
that the rest of us
you
can
don't.
sneak.
You don't understand. I can make a distraction that they'll see. And only they'll see.
Can you elaborate?
I can put images into their minds.
Even if they're not human.
Yes.
Lovely.
yeah.
Oh, I am.
Magic.
Okay, so if Ja makes the mental image for them that is gonna distract them, then like what else are we doing? What are the other
Well-
people doing as he's doing that, or as they're dealing with their disturbance?
Yes, that is what we need to figure out.
Well,
Right.
I want the technology. I want to take their technology away, whatever it is. I want to.
So we need to charm them or kill them.
Oh,
I have to be
charm.
careful.
It seems like if we want their technology, and I assume what they're doing is not healthy for the Gothmobile, or they're trying to do something in order to access the Gothmobile. I assume you have some kind of attachment to the Gothmobile, so this is not a good thing. You don't know who these individuals are, so it stands to reason that they are not here to be nice. So if we're going to take their technology from them and stop them from doing whatever they're doing to the Gothmobile, we either need to charm them or kill them.
Okay, so then
Or both.
why don't we combine for the first two parts? So Mordecai and Duran, you go out being the guys that are coming from the party and looking for your car. And while you are doing that, Ja conjures it up and gets it going. And then in that moment of confusion on their part, Abigail can steal their shit. And then I will kind of be just like ready to restrain, grapple, punch anybody that comes out of the confusion. And then Margaret can also be ready to fuck them up, you know, as she does.
It is my thought we need to make them unconscious.
Okay.
Yes.
A
I agree.
multiple distractions, no. A single distraction to make them look this way, and then back of the head with something nice and heavy and thick.
You're blackjack.
Finito.
Storyteller gets to call what hallucination they see.
He does, yeah.
That's the only caveat to chemistry. The storyteller gets to make the call on
Okay.
what they actually see.
Then counter offer. Mordecai and Duran. No jaw distraction unless things start to go in a weird direction with them and they start getting suspicious.
Well,
Because
I would-
my idea is the car just turning into Jaws and just coming for them.
Yes. That'd be cool.
and of us all, I would think that Senor Ja would be the one who could sneak up the most easily and club people in the back of the head.
Okay, so yeah.
It is what you do.
Club people in the back of the head is a little kind for what I do.
Render
Yeah, true.
unconscious, please.
Mordecai, you got a tire iron in this car?
Of course I have a tire iron somewhere in the car.
Okay.
Mercy
Slugs
pipes
don't
up
really
with like,
knock
yeah, it's
people
in the trunk.
unconscious.
It would be in the trunk.
Okay.
And then
In
Ja
the-
will go in the trunk and grab the tire iron, I suppose. Sword in one hand, tire iron in the other hand. It's like
So prepared.
sword back in, tire irons here.
Senor
Well-
Mordecai, shall we? And while we do, if you want to do that little thing that you do to make sure that the attraction is all on you.
When isn't it all on me?
When we were in the sewer, it was all on you. When we're very well said. Yes.
I'll
Two-
activate awe.
2 points. One, the thing, and two, just the utter disappointment from Ja at the I have to only use a tire iron instead of my sword.
Well, Mr. Jaw, we will need to question them. We want to know what they are doing here. So I'm sure that you
Understand
can.
the logistics of it.
No, I'm
Right.
saying that your hallucinations might help encourage them to talk.
But we only need
Ooh.
one, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We bonk two of them,
So
and then
I
leave
can
one,
make
and
an
then
example of
to
the
deliver
other
a message.
one. And by making
yeah.
an example, then the other one could be terrified.
Oh,
many
yes.
It's
messages
really
can
hard
you
to
deliver?
feel very confident in what you're doing if you watch your friend's legs get cut off. I'm just saying, it's worked for me in the past.
I think that's a brilliant idea, Mr. Jaw.
Thank you.
All right, Mordecai and Duran.
Okay,
All right.
reach over through the little screen to the front seat and go, Mercy, if I might have the keys, so it looks like we're going to a car.
Oh, yeah. She like puts it in park, takes the keys out, and hands them back.
Grazie, senorita. Shall we? Open the car, slide out,
Yes.
hook the rings around the key ring around one finger, and do the constant noise of
The jingling of the keys.
the jingling of the keys.
Yeah.
And as we get to the corner in front of the limo to come around the corner to where they can see, just at a conversational level, say, and then I told her what I was actually doing there, and the look on her face was astounding. Particularly when I brought out the lasagna big enough for 2 fat people to roll in.
God is moving forward with this using what is it? Silence of Death. Just
Fair
to
enough.
be behind and in the shadows of all this.
Are you moving kind of with the two, with Mordecai and
No,
Duran?
behind them. Behind them.
Or would you be trying to go like in another direction? Like that's what I mean.
Basically, I'm trying to stay in the shadows, but keep them in sight.
Okay. Give me a dex and stealth roll for Ja, and I believe Silence of Death adds 1 or 2 dice.
As any dice.
It does not. All right, let's add another dice to that because you're quiet. And
Okay.
like Duran and Mordecai are probably making a fair chunk of noise with the
As soon as the
talk of lasagna.
as soon as the leader guy who's working the funky machine looks up, I entrance him.
He is not looking up.
Entrance him anyway. I don't need to actually see his eyes.
So first of
Full
all,
power.
let's go with awe. It's your manipulation plus presence against their composure and intelligence.
Manipulation plus presence.
And Jude will get out of the car as to be ready, but she is not following. She's just staying by the car for the moment.
Yeah, Margaret's not getting out just yet with Jude because she's crafting herself some weapons. I'll get that roll to you.
The 2
I
tens
think
is a
Abigail's going to join Jude.
2 tens is a
2
crit. 2 tens
which means-
basically turns it into 4 for those two.
Oh,
Am.
7.
Presence hammer.
7. You turn on awe.
1.
And you are attempting to entrance the.
Yep.
Give me 1 sec to quick reference one of those powers that you just used. Before
Adds
you
the
roll
presence
any
rating
dice.
to social pools. And I can make requests.
If you succeed, okay, so entrancement will be your charisma plus presence versus their composure plus wits. No extra dice.
Oh. Charisma and presence.
Roll that commiserate, baby.
Not as good. 5.
This is something Mordecai hasn't experienced since he first discovered that he had these powers. There's
That's
no
working.
change whatsoever in this person's behavior. It's like they don't even care that you're there.
What about the two gents in the sunglasses?
This is
Same
insulting.
thing. There's no change in any of their actions whatsoever. It seems like you're not even there. That's truly, truly shocking to Mordecai.
This is me. I don't understand. This is very cheap. This is humiliating.
Without missing a beat, I'm just going to tuck my hand under Mordecai's elbow because I'm betting I can feel or see something going wrong. And just so then, like, we'll get in the car, we'll take the car, we'll go to this beautiful restaurant where we had, as I said, the lasagna, big enough for two fat people.
Yeah.
Sumo people. Okay, just shh. Okay, everything.
I'm just
everything will
so
be
upset. This has never happened to me before.
It
I don't
happens.
know
It
what's
happens
going
to
on.
all of us. The doctor, a little green pill.
Nobody's looking at us. Jesus.
Everyone will feel better. Get them to a car that's kind of the closest we can get to the Gothmobile across the way.
Right.
And fumble with the key into the lock. It's not going to fit. I know this.
Wee.
Play and fumble and just. Oh, I brought the keys to the Fiat. I did not bring the keys to the
BMW.
Chevy, the
What
BMW.
kind of car is this? what kind of car are we looking
I
at?
did not bring the keys to the BMW. I am a complete and total idiot sometimes. Okay.
They're not looking still?
The two guys with the sunglasses, are they watching us?
With the amount of noise that you're making, one of them has kind of diverted their attention to you, but you can't, like, with the sunglasses on, you can't tell, like, they're basically, their head was going back and forth, but when you kind of made a bunch of noise, they sort of stopped and focused on you. Ja, how did the stealth roll go?
Bad, but I have a question here.
This sounds like a butt.
What is the stealth roll for?
You're trying to stay kind of out of sight
Yes,
while Mordecai and...
Yeah, but I'm trying to be like, just, sure. I mean, okay, yeah. I got one success.
Yeah, that one particular person, there's no other change. You just notice that they are kind of, their head stopped and is looking kind of at Mordecai and Duran.
The only reason I asked is because I don't make any sound. So how did they see me? that was what my question was.
Yeah, it's probably just sort of like a dip, kind of like you're trying to keep Mordecai and Duran in your line of sight type thing. Because I rolled for them to see if they could possibly perceive you, and they didn't roll any successes at all. So it's just like kind of like if you kind of duck up from a car and they kind of catch like a glance of
what's that strange box over there?
Yeah.
The exclamation point.
Just a box.
It's like the vision thing of the NPCs.
Right. Storyteller, so these people that are here, they're not talking to each other. And do they seem, is there any like facial, like that they would be like communicating wordlessly in some way?
The first two, the two that are in the suits, there's no communication whatsoever. The one that's kneeling down by kind of the gas tank and looks like he's almost trying to work like a plug or something into the gas tank so he can try to, I don't know, siphon something like that. That's generally what you would have seen.
Okay. And does Jude hear Mordecai lamenting?
Oh yeah. Mordecai makes a big stink about it.
Okay, so I'm probably just going to just like lean slightly over to see if they're like making any gestures that I would need to like follow up. No. Okay.
They're pretty much the exact same as when you all came across them at the beginning.
Okay.
It's just the one guard's head is kind of looking towards Duran and Mordecai.
Okay, then I'm gonna just remain in place for the time being.
So
Senor Mordecai, do you have your cell phone?
I do.
I have forgotten mine upstairs. Could you?
I was just about to call Marcus.
We will call CAA.
All right, we can call
we
the
can
CAA.
call Marcus as well. If you would be so kind, could I borrow your cell phone for
The
a
other
moment?
head goes towards Duran and Mordecai.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Weird.
Is there a very, very easy to find selection? Again, I don't use cell phones as Duran.
Oh,
is it
well.
Very easy? Okay. I know. We should text your sister and tell her we'll be late. And could use some help.
Good call.
Can Ja hear this?
Yeah, Ja can hear this.
Hey, wait. Now, oh no, you gotta press the home. She showed me how to tease it. She press the home button. Oh, there's Marcus's phone number. Seeing if they react again.
One of the one that's closest to you, it is starting to take a step towards you.
See, but we're looking for your sister because we need assistance now.
Flip to text. Flip to Margaret's number.
Okay, and text
type now
with thumbs.
NOW.
Rush RUSH space THM space NOW W space.
2 W's. Just because.
I'm not good. And how do you send this assistance required?
The arrow.
Arrow. There. And now we have told your sister that we need help. Because we're dumb and have left the keys in the apartment.
Yes. Margaret gets that text, but there's an actual red arrow emoji along with it.
Oh shit.
But she gets the text. Like it was a arrow, and this arrow, okay.
Got it. Yeah, so she's probably gotten that as soon as she finished her thing. I got a 7 messy critical, so hunger goes up to 3. I'm only doing 2 distributions this time because I reread it last time I did this, because whenever you do it, you take away from one of your physical attributes. So for her weapon, her arms, like her hands and like where the wrists are, like the hand and kind of the wrist goes away, and out from it protrudes a bone that's shaped like a javelin. And then she has her +2 armor redistribution as well. So at that point, she'll get out, kind of not go exactly to the front of the car, but still like kind of relatively beside it, kind of more towards the front. And she'll take aim, and the javelins are projectiles.
That's gross and awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bone javelins being fired. Okay. Yeah.
Dex and firearms, correct?
Dex and athletics, I believe.
I do have firearms.
Firearms.
Literal firearms.
Okay, with that joke, I'll allow it. Dex and firearms.
Yeah.
Because you're firing arms.
If she throws the javelin, does that make her disarmed?
Only until she can rearm.
Yeah, that
we've gone too far.
For the minus attribute, which one did you do for the bone arm thing?
So yeah, for the javelin, she's -1 to strength, and the +2 to armor, which is cartilage, is -1 to stamina.
Okay, so with the -1 to strength, when you fire out the bone arm, just as a warning to you, if you don't retrieve it relatively quickly, that will be permanent. Because the arm will kind of degrade outside of your body.
I'm screaming
right now. She can always pour more, and she has pockets. So yeah, let me get that.
Okay, so Margaret's firing off a bone javelin.
Yes.
So I guess I'm gonna perceive that getting ready to do it or whatever. So I'll look over at Abigail. What the fuck do we do now?
Honestly, I think we might have to fight.
We need to get you guys guns.
It looks like
Really, we do.
it looks like none of what we're doing actually has any effect on them. So I don't know. I mean, a blood magic might. Like, if we want to corrode their vitae, or corrode their what's it called? Corrode their the guns or whatever it is that they have in
Yeah.
weaponry. We can do that.
Or I just slather it on my fist and just punch him with the acid. That's kind of like
yes.
my move.
Yes, that, and I can paralyze them.
Okay,
With
so
blood.
you take one of them. Can you paralyze the guy with the who's doing the main stuff?
Yes. You know what? Let me do that.
Okay.
So, Abigail is going to kind of shimmy away from the
limo.
move away from the car, from the limo,
Shimmy.
and she's gonna kind of yell at Duran and Mordecai. Oh, I think I drank too much. Can you guys help me, please? And she's going to, and she's devolving into a Cockney accent, I believe, or something to that effect. One that doesn't fit what she. Anyway, she's walking over. How close can I get to the guy that's doing the stuff with the?
Not very close as of yet. So we're gonna do the kind of combat thing of
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
yeah. It's gonna be the
Because
circle.
John hears Abigail going in, and it's like, oh, now it's time to bring out the blade. Then that's what's happening. Got it.
For the first bit of the combat, what are Mordecai and Duran doing as they are the closest to it?
Okay.
Rousing
So,
potence.
so yeah, he's going to be rousing potence. So we got the two guys. One of them is looking at us.
One of them
and
is actually starting to move towards you.
Yeah, starting to move towards us. We're pretty sure Ja is somewhere in the area, and there's now noises from the other three down that way, or at least a couple of them. So I'm going to put my hand in Mordecai's back and just go follow through and say, let us go see about the car. Take a step out in front of the car and aim him towards the guy who's taking a step towards us. While he's doing his walk forward, hopefully with a fist raised, I'm going to pull my 1911 out of my shoulder holster and use his presence or his body as a mask. So hopefully they don't see me drawing on them.
So for everybody else, they basically see Duran kind of push Mordecai in front, and then
Go ask him for help.
the other hand goes in and pulls out the gun.
Yep.
Okay, so
Hello, Duran.
Margaret, which particular person, I'm gonna say, are you aiming your arm at?
Shooting the bone javelin, yes.
That's
the
pretty much what I
one-
said, yeah.
Yeah. The one that she figures is in charge of the guy at the laptop, and that was 4 successes.
4 successes. So everyone else sees her arm is kind of locked at the elbow. So when she raises it, and it kind of fires out like a bone
Ooh, like a
spear.
like a hydralisk.
Like a javelin.
Kind of like a hydralisk, yeah. Like the bone spear, which is a little longer than what your elbow would be for the length of bone. It shoots over, and the person who's kind of readjusting things on this piece of equipment, it looks like they're agitated, but there's nothing that Jude can see from them or Margaret can see from them that gives any way hint that they're agitated. The bone comes in, impacts something, and falls to the ground, and they don't even realize that. It looks like they don't even realize.
Why are you doing this to us, Steve? What's wrong with you? What happened to you? Who Who hurt you?
I'm not saying I've been reading certain books that are on my coffee room table, but it's like
What? Oh
Bruh.
shit.
Why?
Okay,
Oh,
first,
no.
do I know that the bone spear is essence of Margaret? Is it a good assumption?
Yeah, it's probably a good
Okay.
assumption
Yeah,
that
with redistribution, it comes from your own
How long
person, or if you have.
How long would it take before it starts
No,
degrading?
I think what Mike is asking is, would he know that it's product of Margaret?
And
got
need to get it back to you, and depending on how long it takes to degrade, right?
The answer to the second question is no. You would have no idea, but you would know that it came from your sister.
All right, whose turn is it to move on these guys?
So, fellas,
It would the ring would expand to Mordecai and Duran at this point.
fellas, you would not believe my friend.
What do you know?
He brought about my friend. He brought the wrong keys.
Stop speaking. What do you know?
Punch him.
Am I close enough to hit him?
You would be, kind of stumbling your way over to him. You'd be able to hit him.
I put my hand and just lace him right in the throat.
Yes. Throat punch.
Success. No, I'm kidding. That would be a strength and brawl.
And I get 2 extra. No. Potence is damage, right?
Potence will be applied on the damage, yeah.
Uh, 8. I
No.
got 2 tens.
You got 2 things of 10s.
I got 2 things of tens.
Nice.
So
6, a 6, a 6, and a 2 and a 5.
everybody sees Mordecai kind of stumble in, kind of go, and then bring up the hand, and it gets caught. What do you know? And it's at this point that Duran's probably going to act.
Santa Maria. So seeing that, I'm just going to put this hand on Mordecai's shoulder so I can make sure I'm getting up and over him and put the muzzle of the gun in this gentleman's face.
Dex and
just right over the
firearms.
shoulder and open up.
Dex and firearms. That is a combo shot right there.
It is.
Gunslinger Duran is back in the game.
You can use my
Let's do
shoulder as
this.
a brace.
Yes.
Because I'm stuck here.
Hey,
We're
Mordecai.
gonna rouse my Dex for fun.
That would be adding 2 to the roll.
Let's see if I rouse successfully. I got to roll. There
Probably
we
a
go.
good idea.
Rouse successfully. There we go. Yep.
It's always a good idea to roll for the rouse check.
Firearms and Dex. So fire that off, and we've got. Hang on a second. I have to switch glasses so I can actually read how many successes I got. Oh, good. 3 successes. I'm going to blow willpower so that I can re-roll those other 3.
Mordecai,
Perfect.
you hear it all.
And so that's 5 successes total, right beside his ear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mordecai.
What I hear is
Yeah, you hear a loud blam as kind of the person who has your hand stumbles back a little bit.
well, that worked.
And as he stumbles back, he kind of looks away, like he raises his hand to his face, and then he comes back and looks at you, and you hear like kind of a glitchy like electronic noise, like a spark, like, and you can see like his entire left side of his face is basically kind of shorn off, and underneath is like a metal kind of exoskeleton, and the eye is kind of hanging out a little bit, and it's trying to, like, you can see a bit of a spark, and you hear an electronic voice say, what do you, what do you know? And
Whoa.
that's where we're gonna take a bit of a break.
No.
Kung Fu.
What is happening right now?
We can
Where
kill
are
it.
we? What game
Throw
is this?
Terminators
What
at
game is
us
this?
and then
This
tell us
is
to take a break.
vampire. This is vampire. We're playing something else. You lied to us,
During-
Steve. You lied.
During the break, I want their clothes and their motorbike.
And
Also your motorcycle.
Welcome back, everybody. When just before we went on break, it looked like they were dealing with something that I don't think anybody in this particular coterie has dealt with before, and that is something that has a metal skull that has kind of a bear grip on Mordecai's fist, who he tried to punch, and Duran could probably yell in Mordecai's ear at this point, and he wouldn't hear a damn thing. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're sitting. Next up on the expanding ring of combat would be Ja. Ja is up next.
Okay. So, seeing that Duran was effective with bullets, Ja is like, seems likely that a sword would do work, especially a sword plus magic. So tosses the tire iron to wherever, pulls out the sword and goes, is it so one is in like actively came towards them, the other one is still messing around with like the gas tank?
There's 3 of them. There was the one that moved towards Mordecai and Duran. The other one actually had stayed still, but upon mentioning of Marcus, its head moved and looked at Mordecai and Duran, much in the same way. And the other one is still kind of messing with the gas tank, but it has like a bone javelin beside it.
Yeah, Ja's going after that one then.
The gas tank guy? All right. So Ja, comes running up, does the slide over the hood of the car, and you're going to
sword sideways, just tries to plug it straight in top of his head. Right, let's see how this works out.
Dex plus sword, because you don't really use any other melee weapon now that you've gotten rid of the tire iron anyway.
I'm going to burn a willpower just to go crit fish. Ooh. 1, 2, 3,
that sounds
4,
good.
5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
8 successes?
Yes.
So you go, sliding across the hood of the car, bring the sword down sideways, trying to push it into the top of his head, and there's a bit of resistance as you hit, and you kind of force it down, but it kind of glances off where his head would be, as if he's protected, and you kind of cut his left arm a bit, and that's when the first time that anyone notices this particular person react, and he's like, ah, and he kind of forces his hand near you, but you feel like kind of a force push.
So mechanically, is this like a resistance to super magical damage, or
this is a resistance to every kind of damage?
Got it. Because the weapon doesn't do superficial damage. It only doesn't have that damage.
Yeah. So it glances off, and it's kind of like an armor rating that I've got it set up as.
Got it. Understand.
And he pushes at you. It's kind of like a force push that you can tell, but it kind of brushes up against you, and you don't really feel anything, as if like the wound that you've just dealt him kind of either distracted him, or it kind of like returned the curse of my dice, apparently, because I only rolled 1 success. So yeah, you kind of feel it, but it's just like there's no damage or anything. You're just like, what the, like, really? Like, you're gonna try to push me with like enough telekinesis to move like a pencil? Like, come on.
Ja just smiles and goes, this is gonna be fun.
He's like clutching his arm. Next out on the expanding ring of combat would be Abigail and Jude.
So I look at Jude and I say, it looks like they're metal. So...
Yeah. Double acid attack, baby.
And yeah, so I think Abigail's going to bite her lip and then just spit as she's moving forward. She's going to spit at the metal thing.
All right. Roll to spit.
Rouse check for corrosive.
If you want.
Okay.
I thought that's how it worked, like transmuting it, like 1 blood point to activate means 1 rouse check. Yeah.
Yeah, so I failed the rouse check, unfortunately.
Abigail.
Winston, unless you can tell me about mages, I will eat later. Look what's in front of me. I will
We
eat.
actually had a
How about
mage
this?
division back in the war.
Okay, so Winston,
Yes.
that thing will feed me. If you let me get through these things, that thing in front of me will feed me. So just go away for now.
I wouldn't suggest eating it. It's made of metal. I
No,
thought we
no.
trained you better in the army.
You know what I mean, Winston. Shut up and go away. Okay. So then, dexterity for.
Let me see. Corrosive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's go with the dex and athletics.
Okay, so I'm gonna rouse dex.
Abigail!
Failed again. Fuck.
I didn't even know that was going to happen. This is awesome. Abigail!
No.
Don't eat
Winston.
them! I mean, what's wrong with you? Eating something made of metal. What are you, some common Nosferatu?
Ouch.
Zing!
3 successes.
Apologies to all of our Nosferatu out there. 3 successes?
3 successes.
Where are you trying to aim said spit?
Well, what's exposed and how close is Jaw to it? Because I don't want to destroy his blade or hit, like touch anything that he.
Jaw is hitting the person who's messing around with the gas tank. Are you going for the one with Mordecai or him?
Don't have to worry about Jaw's blade. It's not a
Alright.
normal blade.
All right. So the one that has the metal exposed.
Okay, that's the one that has Mordecai's fist in its hand and
Yeah.
just got shot by Duran. So you walk up, you bite your lip, you spit in its direction, and the spit, like Duran and Mordecai would see, it kind of arcs, and then it kind of hits him, and there's like this kind of sizzling, like smoke is coming off of it. The eye actually falls out of place and clutters to the floor, and you can hear him saying, "What the Mark 5, Unit 101. What do you know?" Yeah, look up Mark 5. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. So I'm gonna just turn into. Oh, look, that works. Go.
Same one?
If you want.
I was gonna take on the one that presumably one hasn't been.
Yeah, there's another one that's
Attacked yet.
standing beside the headlight of the Gothmobile that hasn't.
Okay.
It hasn't moved, but it is paying attention to the combat.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that one, but I am not going to spit. Instead, I'm gonna take my nice engraved knife out of my boot, and I'm gonna, and storyteller at your discretion for damage. I'm gonna like cut my palms quite like deeper than normal for more blood to
Okay.
emerge. So I'm gonna slice those two, and I'm kind of, before I go up, I'm gonna kind of go like this to get it all like down my forearms. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to the unengaged one so far, and I'm just gonna sort of grasp onto the torso
Okay.
but not just like grab with my hands, but almost like come in with my forearms as well, like right on
Kind
the
of like
side of the body.
Hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
And then kind
like
of.
that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, give me let's go with a strength and brawl for that one.
Okay, I did pass my rouse check to activate that, so we're good there. You said strength and
Strength and brawl, yeah.
Oh, finally you let me do strength. I'm so happy. All right, I got 3.
3. So you basically you come in, what you think would probably normally drop a regular human being with this particular power, it seems unfazed. And it looks
so
from...
nothing even...
Yeah, it looks from Mordecai and Duran, and it looks down at you, and it raises its 2 arms up, and it's
Here we go again.
It's gonna hit your shoulders.
Wait, isn't it holding on to me?
This is the other one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn it. So no smoke, no corrosion that I can notice.
That one's not metal.
I'm...
So it raises its hands up, and kind of right above below where the elbow would be, that collides with your shoulders, and your shoulders, you feel them kind of pop, and you're kind of drop down to one knee as you take 4 points of superficial damage. Yeah, I rolled super high on that. That was like an 8 success.
You're
roll.
so mean.
Not mean.
4 superficial. All right.
Storyteller, since I have a obligation to protect any women, can I try and help Jude out?
You can in a couple seconds. Yeah, we're gonna get back to your round in just a few seconds. So Duran and Mordecai, there is something that's holding Mordecai's fist that's smoking, and there's like electrical sparks coming off of it, and it seems it's twitching every once in a while, but it seems like it's kind of messing up with the programming due to the fact that it just got shot in the face.
Oh. You want to go first, or shall I? Okay, I'm going to shove it as it comes back around.
Mordecai can't hear you.
No. He doesn't need to. I'm telling you, Steve. As it faces towards us again, I'm going to shove the muzzle into the gap in its head, scream "Fafanculo T1000," and unload the rest of the clip.
Okay, next in firearms. Wow.
And just a quick clarification about so did Jude like perceive anything in terms of like if their torso is like not a human torso?
Their torso did take a bit of damage. Like you're noticing damage coming from it, but it doesn't seem like it phased it at all. That's the problem.
All right.
Like it took the 3 damage from your roll, but it just doesn't seem like it's experiencing pain. Like this would have dropped a regular human.
Right. I guess more of what I'm saying is like, is it? Can I tell if it's flesh or if it's metal?
The part that you kind of move in on, like it's moving in more than it would on a regular human. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a gelatin-esque type thing as opposed to like human flesh.
My mind is breaking. Okay, sure. Why not?
Okay, so I blew a willpower again, and no joy there. So 3 successes total with a messy crit.
So which part of the face? Like the part where Abigail spit, essentially? Like
the part where the gun took a chunk off his face.
Okay.
Now that chunk is gone, we'll just shove the gun the rest of the way in.
So it's actually like a metal skull. That's the thing.
Okay. The eye came out, you mentioned?
Yeah, the eye came out. Okay, so you're sticking
the eye socket.
In the eye socket.
Going for the eye hole.
And
all right.
Wiggle it around.
And you're emptying the clip in. How many successes?
Emptying the clip. I just forgot. 3.
3 successes.
Yes.
So everybody else sees Duran. He shot once. The head came back around, and then The spit came in. He sticks the gun into the eye socket and just cranks off as many shots as he can from the rest of the clip. I'm gonna get Cliff actually to roll just one dice. 6 and above is good. 5 and below is not.
Oh,
Ricochets off the back of the skull.
It's a below.
It's a below.
Yeah.
So as Duran pulls the gun out after the kind of monstrosity twitches its last time, lets go. It still has a death grip on Mordecai's hand, but it drops backwards, straight back, just falls backwards. And Duran pulls the gun out, and you notice that the gun itself has a bit of acid corrosion on it.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
Sorry.
I'm blaming Abigail for that. Next up is Mordecai, because Mordecai just got pulled on top of this particular thing that
having roused potence, can I stop that from happening?
If you want.
Further, do I have enough combat awareness to know that Jude just got elbow slammed to the ground?
She would definitely make some sort of a noise.
So, and is the other guy close enough to me?
No, the other guy. How close are they? The other guy moved. Like the car that you were at was kind of across the way from the Gothmobile, so the other guy moved towards you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how close is? How close am I and my dancing partner from Jude and hers?
Probably about 10, 15 meters.
And can I get my fist out of this guy's hand?
If you want. Are you going to try?
So 10 or 15 meters or feet?
Meters.
Meters, okay. Can I pop my hand out?
If you want, that'd be a strength and athletics roll.
Athletics. And do I add potence?
You do not.
Okay. That's not 3. That's not great.
Define not great.
3 successes.
You pull your hand out, but you take a superficial damage because he had a death grip on your entire fist. So when you pull your hand out, it rakes across, like some skin comes off.
That's okay. I want to grab him and chuck him into his friend.
That would also hit Jude.
Whatever. I'm already messed up.
Well, I was going to... Shit.
Unless you're grabbing him by the ankles and tossing him like a lawn dart, trying to hit his upper body.
Well, I was going to swing him into his friend and sort of beat his friend with him. But
there's still like a very definite chance that would hit both of them. Or at least crumple him onto Jude, because Jude is basically on... She's been dropped to one knee with like the shoulder hit.
It sounds like my shoulders are dislocated.
They're
possibly.
You're not feeling the pain yet, but it's
right.
definitely like you've taken some like muscular damage on your shoulders.
And this guy is down. He's out.
That guy seems to be out. Like there's a lot of smoke coming from his particular eye hole at this particular point, because there's a lot of acid and gunfire going on in there. It's a bad scene if you're a Mark V.
Then can I get over to Jude's?
Do you have Soaring Leap?
No. Wait. Did I take don't know what a hit point is. No, lethal body and prowess.
Then, yeah, it would take you probably your action to get over there.
You can, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Well, this one's
Come
done.
after
The
me.
other one's being dealt with, and you just got your ass kicked. So,
Yeah, true. I guess fair enough.
yeah, no, I'll move over.
It's the combat thing. Yeah, so
It's
that
like what 6-second movements or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's like 5 seconds per round. So that would bring it over to Abigail.
I think Jaw.
Oh, Ja, right. Ja.
Oh yes. So my stab to the head did nothing to this, right?
Your stab to the head glanced off the kind of protective shield that this particular person had, but it did actually penetrate it, and it cut his arm for a fair chunk of damage.
Let's take that arm off.
Fair enough.
More again.
Dex
What's the
and
source?
melee.
Strength.
Or strength and melee.
Strength.
Force it in there.
Ooh, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 6 successes.
He's going to try to forcefully move you with his mind again. Well, that didn't quite work out the way he'd planned it. He raises his hand kind of to force you back, but you kind of, before he can turn all the way, because you're attacking him from behind, the sword comes up and it kind of lops off the arm, and his arm kind of flops beside him, and he's like, ah! And you feel another push, but it's nothing. It's a nothing burger because
You won't be needing that.
and he's like clutching his shoulder. Next would be Abigail and or Jude.
Abigail's going to, given that I now know that it's probably not metal. I'm assuming it's not metal. I'm going to take the boot knife out of my boot. I'm going to cut my wrist and use Scorpion's Touch.
On whom?
On the one that is just attacked Jude.
That got attacked by Jude? Or
Got
yeah.
attacked by Jude and
There's
then
a little bit of both.
counter-attacked Jude, you know.
Okay. Scorpion's Touch.
Yeah, so... Blood Sorcery
Yes.
and... Second...
Strength plus blood sorcery. And a rouse check.
Strength plus blood sorcery, you said?
Correct.
Okay. Rouse check I passed.
Abigail? No, it's alright. Just reacts anyway at this point.
Pick up, Winston. It's not your time.
Gonna burn another willpower. Three successes.
3 successes. How are you like attacking it? Like you kind of
So
open your palm or something, and
Yep.
you're gonna
yeah, and then just throwing the knife.
Poison.
But I'm pulling my punch in the sense of I don't want to necessarily kill it. I just want the Scorpion's Touch to take effect. So if it requires only a skin graze, in order to get the Scorpion's Touch to take effect, then I'll go with that. I don't want to necessarily have it cut deep. I just want it enough that the Scorpion's Touch takes.
So
takes
where would you be trying to hit it? Like arm, shoulder,
Yeah, probably like
chest-ish area?
chestish area, probably. Get a big
So
target.
you coat your dagger with blood, You toss the dagger. The dagger spirals through the air, hits him in the shoulder, and he seems completely and utterly unfazed.
Did it not even scrape him?
Well, it sticks in his shoulder. So, Margaret, what you up to?
Wishing she would have told Amber to come with her, that's for sure. So, I've been looking over it and like her disciplines and everything. And I said in chat, so both of her arms turn into the bone spurs, so she can't even one-hand her revolver. So, what I'm thinking is she does a rush attack, essentially, to try to just momentum and pierce, or if anything, like, no, wait, it's underground, so that wouldn't work. Crap. It really sucked. You know what? Let's try to bull charge it like she's actually on a horse.
For the one that Jude and Abigail are attacking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go with a strength and brawl.
Yeah, of course you go strength and brawl. Okay, so let's rouse the strength.
You said you're
that's-
rushing it to physically attack it.
That's the one that's at 1 right now.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, she had 300 or 400? 300. Okay, good. Is that one passed? Strength. So that's 3. Strength and what?
Strength and brawl.
Oh. Okay, 3 successes on 4 dice. Not bad.
So you come running up. Are you going to try to punch it like face area or hit the dagger that just ended up in it?
Basically like not like about like the area where like between breasts and collarbone area.
Okay, so for like the solar plexus area. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So you go punching, and it seems to like it's a solid hit. You can see kind of like the clothing move of it getting hit, but it seems relatively unaffected. Jude, what you up to?
Okay. How far away am I from the one that Jude is engaged with? Or I'm sorry, Ja.
The one that Ja is engaged with, like you're standing kind of off to the left side of the front of the car. The one that Ja is engaged with is around near the back on the right side. Because he's messing around with like where the gas tank seems to be.
Okay, then I would just like to like move around to that area.
Okay. Before you do that, it kind of moves its arm up and does a big sweep, and it's going to hit both you and Margaret. If it does hit.
Please, Orange Jesus.
Well,
And
that
that's the
curse is still in existence. It takes a big
Yes!
swipe with its hand, and it misses both of you entirely. Because I rolled
Thank
0
God.
successes on 6 dice.
Serves you right.
Like a big, gigantic 0. Like a world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
sucked.
I just wanna move in that direction, like, and almost like in a crouched sort of way, like not completely upright, like sort of not stealthily because that would have no purpose.
It's more kind
But-
of like a keep yourself low to the ground so that
Exactly.
if this particular person like was able to bring a weapon to bear, that it'd be less likely to hit you.
Okay, and I'm assuming that's my whole action availability.
Yeah, that
for
would
the
be your
turn.
entire action.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just moving then.
All right, let's go back to the semi top of the order. Duran and Mordecai.
Okay, so swapping out the clips, taking a half second to look at the barrel of the gun, does it just look like a little bit of acid etching kind of? Does the gun look usable?
The gun is still usable. It's just
Excellent.
the outside of the barrel is kind of
Yeah,
scorched with a bit of acid.
My baby doesn't look nice.
It doesn't look pretty anymore.
It doesn't look pretty. I will get upset about that. Well, I'll get upset about that right now. So swapping the clips with a nice little fast flick, hold the gun out and walk it number 2. And I'm kind of, I'm assuming from the positioning you've been mentioning, I'm mostly behind him, which means everybody else is on the other side of him, which means I got a clear shot. So arm straight out and just all 7, bam, 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 while screaming, Manzelamente, T1000.
Dex and firearms.
Okay. We will rouse yet again because, I like the extra dice. It makes me happy.
Did you rouse Dex already, though?
Yeah, I did. So I only have to do it once for the scene?
Yeah, it's still in play for the scene.
Oh, okay, that makes life easier. So we'll do that, and there's... Okay, I'll blow willpower to re-roll 3 of those, because 2 successes is just not enough for me. And that's 2 more successes, so 4 successes total.
4 successes?
Yes.
So Duran is walking towards the one that was previously engaged with Jude and Margaret, and just unloading clips, and it seems to kind of move back a bit with you shooting at it. That is, for everybody playing the home game, that's pushed it past its health bar, and now it's going into aggravated damage. So, Mordecai.
I've made it up to him, and he's basically, just as I made it up to him, he's getting brittle full of bullets.
Yeah.
Okay. Then... And he's facing the
he just swept his arm out, and his arm is fully extended, so the bullets kind of hit him broadside.
Okay. How close are we to, say, one of the supporting pillars in the parking garage?
Fairly far. This particular, it's kind of close to a wall. It's one parking space away from a wall, essentially. Okay. So it's fairly far from a support pillar.
But we're close to a wall.
Yes.
I feel what you're thinking. To the wall.
Can I grab him by the arm and follow him through and smash him into the wall?
Dex and brawl. Sorry, Dex and
brawl.
Let's go with Dex and melee.
Not strength.
No.
And brawl.
I will add potence to it, but this is definitely a dexterous maneuver.
Okay. I would think. All right. Fair enough. Dex is. I'm going to rouse my Dex then, because I really don't have enough dice otherwise.
Always a good idea.
And melee, you said.
Yes, because you're using him as a weapon against the wall, essentially.
Okay.
It's like tossing.
How many is 4 zeros?
That's a lot. That's 8.
Okay, so 10.
10 successes. What's your potence rating?
Dice. I have a potence of 2. Oh no! Did I add the potence?
No, you don't add the potence for the roll.
Okay. I don't know. Should I roll it again or just leave it?
Just leave it.
Okay. Sorry.
So everyone else kind of saw the big arm sweep that didn't really do anything.
I'll spend a willpower to get the extras. How's that? Anyway, here we go.
Sure, if you want. So the arm sweep, the bullets are coming in, hitting him broadside. He's kind of reacting. Mordecai comes in, kind of steps, grabs his arm, kind of swings around, do-si-doing him, and with his arm kind of stretching him out so that he goes kind of in an arc, a circle, and basically face plants him into the wall. And it's at that point that the thing you see a bunch of sparks emanating out of its ears, and it kind of slumps against the wall and falls over. And the other one is kind of gripping his arm, looking at Ja, like, no, oh, wait, hold on.
Oh. That one talks.
It talks.
Like, you were calling me and it? Really? The vampires? Honestly?
Ja rolls again. Ja's going to take the other arm now. Just for that comment. What? Oh, God.
That sounds like a good roll.
No, it sounds like I'm spending more willpower.
Oh, that does not sound like a good roll.
There we go. 6 successes.
6 successes? Yeah, easily enough. He's kind of reaching over and you kind of force the sword underneath his other arm and kind of go, and he's like, he falls unconscious at this point because he got both his arms cut off with a not inconsiderable amount of damage.
Still alive.
We should embrace him.
Definitely seems like your type,
At least
Mordecai.
cauterize his wounds. Or something. We need him alive.
Yeah, as putting away, step around, see this, and he's going to bleed out in about 40 more seconds.
Yes, please cauterize his wounds. Somebody.
Does anybody have
nothing.
anything to cauterize?
Can-
with?
I was like, who? I
Question.
don't.
If normally what happens with vampires and we feed, we lick
I was
the
just
wound,
about
the
to
wound
say.
closes.
That's
Can we
what
just
Ja was going to
break
get
from
down
the
there
stump
and do.
and then
Just-
lick the stump.
You could try.
I mean, wouldn't that
It's an
close the
original
wound?
idea.
I mean,
It's an
Ja,
idea.
That's the first thought. Like, is it bleeding? If it's bleeding, it can be eaten. Therefore,
And we can close the wound.
If it bleeds, we can eat it. Yeah, like.
yep.
If it bleeds, we can. I gotta take an arm and dine
Stump.
from the nagus. Yeah.
Ish.
You're gonna bite the arm wound,
Like the hand that feeds me. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm?
and then you lick it.
Bite the hand
See if it works.
It does not.
Damn it. Oh,
I mean, it's an
Any
idea.
sustenance from this?
I just
uh,
thought of something.
Yeah, you would
terrible.
get sustenance from it, but you wouldn't.
Oh,
Unless
This is
you're draining
amazing.
him dry, you're not really gonna get that much.
This is
Unless you're
amazing.
hungrier.
I'm only at 1 hunger. I'm just trying to figure out. Just I mean, if it's decided that we don't have anything to help him, well, when in Rome.
We can't get
So,
anything out of him though.
We can get. Well, I can get something out of him.
So you're
Abigail,
draining.
can't you stick a USB in one of those other ones and figure something out?
That's.
I keep drinking.
Abigail being really hungry right now is going to go and she's going to pet the top of the Gothmobile. She's going to take out her keys and she's going to open up the Gothmobile. And she's going to sit down in the driver's seat and say, I'm sorry that you got left for so long. I'm really hungry and I want to help my friends, but I can't. Please help me.
So everybody else saw Abigail go, I'd like to, but, and then she trails off and then goes and sits down in the driver's seat of the Gothmobile, which is over on the other side of where you currently are. Is anyone looking in the Gothmobile? Because it has slightly tinted windows, but they're not see-through.
I mean,
Yeah.
They're
if
not
I'm on the
see-through.
other side
That's
of the
what-
car, yeah, if I'm still crouched, I can just pop up a little bit to look through the window, right?
Yeah.
I would like to do that then, yeah.
Yeah, because I imagine once that robot thing missed Margaret, she ducked and just kind of got out of the way closer to the car. So yeah, She's gonna peek and check this thing out. Let
Is-
everyone else handle it.
Is Margaret retrieving her arm bit?
Yes. She'll go to the gas tank site.
Kind of put it back into place. Like, there's a little click, like when you put like one of those torpedo things in like an action figure. Like,
Satisfying. Storyteller, so we're now disengaged from.
correct.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, combat is over. For anybody
Okay, so
looking,
I'm looking in.
looking in the Gothmobile, you see Abigail sits down and she's kind of like, putting her hands on the dash. With her hands on the dash, the seatbelt comes across her shoulder without her touching it. And then just an absolute, just mega torrent of blood gets sprayed into her face from what looks like the horn of the car.
Margaret just taps on the window. I'm next. Can I go next? Oh, come on. That looks like so much fun.
How many points of hunger can I take out?
What are you at for hunger?
3.
You can take down 2.
Okay, perfect. So I'm back at hunger 1. Excellent. I'm going to exit the vehicle.
Yeah, Abigail is kind of not necessarily just dripping with blood, but her face is kind of like crimson,
Hey,
and she's, yeah.
you're there, God. It's me, Margaret.
Ja has another idea.
one?
It's probably not going to work.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, it was a quote.
He's going to take one of the arms that he cut off and then try to kind of like stick it on and then give it the lick-see and see if it sticks together then.
It's
I'm
like
so sorry to the audience.
It worked. It works
so
in
sorry.
Resident Evil. They just put a little magic potion
It's
on
true.
it.
The goop juice. Ethan Winters, that shit.
I mean,
Goop juice.
would you be using your own blood as the, what's the term I'm looking for? And it's not solvent.
Yellow
it's-
tape?
Yeah, like as the adhesive. Just like, no.
Nah,
It's like lick and stick.
Ja's too selfish for that. Let's be real.
This
No.
is the most disgusting envelope I've ever seen in my life. Just like, yeah, you're like, you put it together and you like lick it and it, you kind of sit them up a bit and you're like, oh, okay, that kind of worked. And then like the arm kind of slumps down. Like,
It was worth a try.
Jude's just gonna kind of slump down on the
If he
side of
dies,
the
he
car.
dies. When in Rome.
I don't fucking care.
Anybody hungry? No, just
Nah.
me. Fine.
Abigail's going to go over to the thing that Ja, the mage, whatever it is that Ja just tried to help. Can I use premonition
you
on
can.
this thing? Okay.
Scoop up an arm. Hey, look, finger food.
What am I doing?
We've taken the turn into some other kind of game that
Yeah,
I don't even
it's
know
dark
what's happening
humor.
right now.
It's
I'm
dark
not-
humor. That's
I
why
am
we have
not-
a warning at the beginning.
I am not asking for a hand.
Boo.
How about a leg? Grab my ankle. How about a leg up?
All right, Steve, I'm trying
I'm
to look into
begging
my
you to stop.
I'm trying to look into my notes and I can't actually get my notes. What am I rolling? Because I've got a phone on my lap.
Premonition would be resolve plus aspects, and this is another one of them house rules that I keep mentioning. It says if you're trying to force a premonition, you do a rouse check, but if I, as a storyteller, decide to be like, ha, you're premonizing, you get it for free, so I think that rule's silly, so you're not doing a rouse check. There's no point. I'm not gonna, like,
Yay.
force you to make a rouse check if you're like, but then be like, haha, you premonize the end of the world.
Forced
I got two
premonition.
successes.
Yeah.
You're really psychic and you understand the rouse. Can I rouse anyway if Margaret ever gets premonition?
If you want, sure.
Uh,
Not
You gotta
gonna-
stop.
I only
It's
got
not your
2
Bahari.
successes
Stop.
though.
Only 3 successes.
2.
2 successes. So you look at this particular person. Their eyes are kind of rolling back in their head at this point, and you see just kind of waves of kind of a mystical energy flowing from them. They seem to be connected in some way to Baron Marcus, but not at all. Like there's a chain link that goes to Baron the car itself that you can kind of see, but then the chain is severed. You then see hundreds upon hundreds of people kind of back in rows and rows and rows of people, all with black glasses that resemble almost exactly the 2 bodyguard type looking people that you encountered. When you kind of glance away from that, you see on the wall a sign that says Mark 5 processing facility. And then you get this kind of weird sensation in your head, and the words hit Mark come to mind, and hyper intelligence technologies. And then you're back.
If you can keep him alive, please do. But otherwise, I do have some information from him. It looks like Cassius's education gave me a little bit of help here. But if you keep him alive, Jar, I mean, it might be even more helpful.
Holding onto them. Flat. With the arms.
Sara reaches up. Do it.
High five. High five.
Sure, fine.
And with
fine,
that, our mage person kind of dies. But it's been way more than 40 seconds.
Salute with the hand.
While this has been going on, I'm going to go over to one of the 2 robot body Mark 5s, grab it by the collar, drag it, just walk around the corner to where Mercy's parked the limo, and just, could you open the trunk, Senora?
Oh, sure.
Bundle it in the trunk,
and
and just get in the back and say, if you just want to go around the corner to the group, then we can have the limo near now. Drive around, and while they're still mucking about, put the other body into the trunk as well.
You have my keys.
Oh. Grazie. They were absolutely useless as a diversion, but there we tried.
Mr. Duran, can you grab that computer thinger that's on there, the technology that other guy was using, please?
Well, it's by the time we've got all the bodies in, I'm still assuming they're all going to be still clustered around this dying guy and the thing that's... Is it actually hooked up to the gas tank?
It seems to be. Like, the gas tank thing is open, which seems odd to Abigail because it never actually seemed like the Gothmobile really needed to be refueled at all. And there is, like, several different wires that are about yay thick going into where the gas tank would be.
Well, senors and senoras, I can take care of the body because it is what we do. However, the computer thing here, Senora Abigail, I am not touching that. It is wired to the car. That is technology. That is not what we do.
All right. Abigail calls Jude over, and we're gonna try and get it out. Maybe.
Yeah, Jude will sort of pick herself up after a moment of repose on the side of the car, and she'll just kind of like, yeah, I'm fucking fine. Thanks for asking. I'm doing great right now. So cool. Everybody else doing okay?
Oh, Jude. Okay, you know what? Go inside. Go in the Gothmobile. We need to get you fixed up. Please go in. Strap yourself into the front seat.
What? Oh yeah. Okay. Right. I saw it. All right. Ugh.
It,
all right.
It will help. It will help. It's not going to heal everything, but it'll help at least.
Okay, so then what I would do is I would rouse now to heal superficial and then take some more blood. Is that how it works?
If you want.
Okay, so yeah, I'm
How
gonna.
much damage are you at?
I have 4 superficial. So
Do you want to try to heal them all right now?
yeah, if I'm gonna get sprayed in the face with blood, like
What's your
sure.
hunger at?
1.
If you want to roll 5 or 4 and try to go for
4?
5 hunger.
It's not. I thought it was.
Do
2
it.
for 1. All right,
Do it,
all right,
do it.
okay. So I need to make 5.
You need to make
Wait,
4
Isn't
to
it
heal you.
2
Yeah.
for
Oh, right,
That's what
it's
I
2,
thought.
right? Yeah.
I thought
so,
it was 2.
Yeah, go for 2 rouse check.
Okay, thank you so much, Prince. Okay.
I keep forgetting that new errata thing with it's 2 instead of 1.
I was seriously about to.
Oh,
Get
so
it,
even
Rick,
with
bro.
blood potency, you can hit 2 soup? Cool.
Yeah, just with 1 blood
Okay.
potency, it's 2 points of damage per rouse. But it's still
Oh my
3 for
God.
egg.
All right, I failed both of them.
Hey, are you sure you want to go in there and do that? You know, it doesn't seem safe.
I feel like I don't really have a choice, babe.
Yeah, but, you know, you don't know where that blood came from, honestly.
Who cares?
Obviously you do. I'm your id.
I don't know.
So you're going to go into the Yachtmobile?
Yeah, so I'll go into the Gothmobile, and so I have to like push down on the horn. Is that how it goes, or does it just lock me in there immediately?
Do you push down on the horn?
Just sit down in the front seat and strap yourself in. Say nice things to Baron, and hopefully Baron still has enough to feed you.
Okay, so yes, I will sit in the driver's seat. I will fasten my seatbelt, and I will put my sliced open hand on the dash, and say, nice to meet you. I appreciate your help. I'm sorry you got fucked up, but that we got something in common. So like we're meeting each other like on the same level.
And at that point, and I apologize to Sarah, but I cut you off for a specific reason. There's a torrent of blood that hits you in the face, kind of like a fire hose. For comedic effect, I
vomit
cut
with
you
you,
off, so
Coterie.
I apologize for that.
No, I don't care. It's totally fine.
So the car vomits on you. You drink the blood vomit, and then you're okay.
It's just
Am-
blood.
Am I
just 'cause
missing a
it's
detail
protection.
here?
So,
Okay, so then do I then negate that 2 hunger that
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it
incurred?
drops
Okay.
you down to 1 hunger.
And I heal 4 superficial damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
So the two Tremere just got flash danced in the car.
yeah, Margaret's probably pounding a little bit because even before
What's up with
Abigail,
that?
she's probably like, doesn't have enough. So she looks at the body of the dead mage and she's like, oh, now I do wonder what a mage tastes like. I wonder if it tastes better than a wolf. And she'll go over to
I
it
see.
and kind of examine it to see if, you know, it has any sort of like signs of any blood left. And if there is, she's going to take care of her 3 hunger with some mage blood.
Ja, did you partake? Nope. Okay.
I did.
So
I did.
that will. It's an interesting taste. You've never quite tasted anything like this before. You get this feeling of like it's not really a high. It's just sort of like a. You look around and you can kind of see kind of like halos on certain things. You look at the other members of the Coterie and you can kind of see like there's some sort of like palish aura around them.
So kind of like a mild DMT.
Kind of like you may have accidentally gotten Sense the Unseen from Mage
A
Blood.
little bit. Cool.
Just a little bit. Little bit
Whoa.
of Sense the Unseen.
Did he have enough left in him to go down from Hunger 3 to Hunger 1? Or, since he's dead, let's just fucking drain him.
He did not. Yeah, that would drop you down to Hunger 2.
Okay. It helps.
So Jude will exunt the car. I'm assuming also now crimson faced, as Abigail was. So I'll just sort of pat the dash right before I hop out. Hey, thanks, man. Hopefully next time we'll chill in better circumstances. And I'll get out of the car and you know, looking messed up, looking bloody. Can we please go? Can I go home now?
I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm straight up stick a fork in me. Like let's. I mean, is there anything else we need to take from this area? Did we get everything we needed? Can we please just leave?
Well, I'm going to take this hose out of the gas tank. I mean,
Oh, right. You need
yeah.
help?
Well, just stay behind me, and if something happens, I don't know. Probably better that both of us don't take any more abuse from this stuff. So Abigail's gonna try and pull the thing out of the gas tank.
And I'll be like basically almost just like spotting her like behind for anything weird that's about to happen.
Give me a
Dog
strength
is back
check.
in the car.
Oh, Jaws in the car now.
A strength check?
In the Gothmobile, Ja, or in the limo?
No, I'm not going in that thing.
Yes, just roll your strength for Abigail.
Okay. Can I rouse my strength?
If you want.
All right. Rousing my strength. I passed. Yay.
Yay. Good job, Abigail.
3 successes.
3 successes. You force the blood into your arm and you grab a hold of the cords that are coming out of the Gothmobile and you pull, and it ain't budging.
It doesn't seem to want to move. You might be a bit stronger than me. Do you want to give this a try?
Yeah, let me add it. What's the pool?
Strength.
Just straight strength.
Just straight
Are we
strength.
still in the same scene?
We are still in the same scene, yeah.
I'll rouse it.
I got it, Jude. I believe.
Wow, thanks.
The window comes down in the limo. Ja's like, you got it, Jude.
Okay, I did pass that rouse check, so that will add 2 to the pool. Thank you, blood surge. Come on, be nice to me. I deserve it. Yes, okay, I got 5.
5 successes.
5 successes.
Again, much like Abigail, you kind of force the blood into your arm and you kind of wrap your hands around the cords. You pull and it kind of feels like it comes out a bit, but then it goes back in.
All right,
Fucking
let's do
hell. Mordecai.
this.
Ugh.
You
And
got
I'll,
this,
like, get
Morty
out of the-
guy.
I'll get out of the way.
I take the
So
right, take the left hand, fold it
We
into a thing, and
Baby bear, mama bear, papa bear.
toss the arm aside. All right, Marcus. Pat. Let's do this. wrap my arm around the thing. Give it a what for?
Strength check.
Straight strength?
Straight strength.
I was it already, so...
I had a
also have-
success
I
on
also have-
every die. I'm so sad.
I also have potence going.
Not for the roll
Um,
yet, but yeah, you do. So noted.
6.
Same sort of thing. Like it comes out, from what you can tell, a little bit more than when Jude pulled on it,
Let it get stupid.
and then it goes back in.
Let it go.
Okay. Is there someone that we can tell about this whole situation that they can come and they can figure it out? Because
Can we talk to the car?
Can you talk to the
I
car?
mean, we've been talking to the car, but can the car talk back is the question, which I feel like no.
Hey, Marcus. If you're holding on to this cord, spit blood into Abigail's face.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
And since the unseen doesn't give me any information on the car,
Are you sensing the unseen?
yes, I will sense the unseen and I will roll wits and aspects.
What about those of us that have drank from the mages? Are we sensing the unseen?
You are sensing the unseen.
Hmm.
Yes.
Whoa.
This
I don't
thing
kung
technically
fu.
has a soul.
I-
Let's do another Scry the Beast or whatever that's called.
I got a 3.
What are y'all doing? This is taking a really long time.
It is
We're
sense the
trying to
beast.
get the car.
For
in a
Margaret,
good-
it is sense the beast. For Jude, when you look at, or anybody who has eyes or sense the unseen, sorry, you look at the car, and the car seems to have like kind of a halo around it that's kind of pale.
Would
And
I clock it as the same aura as the same pale muted aura that I was noticing on the mages?
No, this is
Not
like,
not the same.
yeah, this is kind of different.
This is
Like it's almost as if like you've seen enough auras with sense the unseen that the mage auras kind of were muted due to the fact that you think that they were possibly shrouding their auras or shrouding themselves.
Sure.
So anybody who is looking at the car sees there's kind of a mixture of several different colors. There is kind of a pink hue in there, a little bit of orange, and there is a silver kind of mixture that flows in every once in a while. And all of these colors are pale, but you can definitely see inside the aura like a myriad of sparkles.
And would this be something I could like roll on an occult to like see if I recognize the significance of each color?
You can. Intelligence
Okay.
and occult.
All right.
Whoa. Littered.
I got
Okay,
successes well spent on Sense the Beast.
Sense the beast. You definitely are detecting that there's like a kindred soul in this thing, and it is very. It's not really happy with the situation, but you can sense that it is kind of calm-ish.
I got 5.
5. Pink is compassionate. Let's see. What are the other colors that I said? It was
Orange and silver.
orange and silver. Orange is afraid, silver is sad, and the myriad of sparkles is magic use. And anything with a pale aura is kindred in nature.
Okay, understood. So okay, like I don't know who else is seeing it, but the aura on this thing, it's like sad, it's compassionate. There's been magic use obviously on it. Um I don't know. So it's like it's not too upset, but you know, it's got a lot of stuff going around in its little car
I
mind.
I can confirm that I don't sense any hostility, but it does seem quite unhappy with the situation that it is in.
Right. So what do we do now?
Well, let's try and see. Storyteller, there's the thing that's attached to the gas tank is also attached to the piece of technology, correct?
Yes.
Can
Do
I
we
try
just
the
stick it inside?
opposite? No. Can I try and actually pull the? Well, actually, yeah. I mean, kind of. Can I pull the thing off of the technology? Whatever. Is it a computer? Is it a laptop? Is it
It is
something
like
else?
a small kind of box that kind of has the
Okay.
slant with a screen on the front of it that has symbols that you have no idea what they are.
Okay. Can I
Um,
take it apart?
there
Are
doesn't
there any
seem to be
screws
any.
holding it?
There doesn't seem to be any seams.
Can we chuck it inside the car and then get him out of here?
The cord is long enough.
Can I take Mordecai's? Can I take the machete that I pulled out of Mordecai? The one that you said had magical symbols on it? Can I take that and cut whatever the tube is that's connecting to the technology?
You sure can.
I don't know if we want
This
to do
is
that.
Before I
brain
do that,
moves.
though, I am going to say, so this is the machete that I pulled out of Mordecai when we were in Alexander Industries. It seemed to have some interesting energies. I'm wondering if we can, given that this seems to be stuck together with mage bullshit, I'm wondering if we can maybe cut this tube away from this technology and push this tube back into the gas tank. I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? Do you think that that's a good idea?
Can we ask the car if the tube belongs to him?
I mean,
I don't know if we want to cut it if it belongs to him.
but does the technology
mean-
belong to him?
Yo, car, does the tube belong to you? If so, honk twice.
There's nothing.
It's not his, or it doesn't like me. One of the two. Either way, it's probably fine.
Okay, well listen. I seem to be my purpose is that you know I get beat up and smacked and stuff. So if you want me to take it and try to do it, I will.
No, Jude, I don't want you to get yourself hurt anymore. That's not how we should be operating as a team. We should be taking care of each other. I want to know if this is a good idea because I honestly am running out of ideas at this point.
So am I.
All right. So what we can do here, I have an idea. Ja's like standing outside of the sunroof and the limo. It's like, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna pull it. And then Jude's gonna pull me and Mordecai's gonna pull Jude. And we'll all just kind of like tug of war it.
Oh, no, senor. We did that before. No.
That seems like a bad idea.
I'm getting
I'm getting
flashbacks.
sucked into the gas
getting
tank of a
flashbacks.
vampire
What's the
weird
worst
car.
that can happen?
We'll get sucked into the gas tank of a vampire weird car.
But
We roll down the window. We take the laptop off of the little tray car thing, and we just stick it through the window. We don't worry about the cores, and we just drive off. And we got the technology. We got the cores that are still in there. We just take it elsewhere.
it's a tube, right?
It's a cord that it's several
it's a
different cords
cord.
that look.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
cords.
Yeah, they're
Multiple
about
cords.
yay
It's like a
thick.
bundle of wires. They're
I
not
don't know.
connected to anything, though. Right?
They're connected to the kind of piece of technology that the person who got their arms cut off was kind of
then
working at.
Ja does the easy thing and takes the blade to it.
Fair enough. Let's go with a strength and melee.
All right.
I believe in
Abigail.
you, Ja.
Abigail feels obligated to say, "Are you sure you want to do this? We don't know what this is."
No, absolutely not.
As the arm
Okay.
is coming down with the sword.
Thank you.
Let's see. 6 successes.
6 successes. So Ja kind of grabs the bundle of cables and brings the sword down on them, and they
Yeah,
cut.
that's with a crit, so
Oh no.
It cuts super cleanly through. The sword is like super sharp. But then there's kind of a noise as kind of something like fleshy comes out of the cord that has been connected, that is still connected to the piece of technology, and it kind of, the cord kind of pulls in and gets absorbed into that piece of technology, and it kind of rattles on its wheels and falls over.
job's done. See? Easy peasy.
Okay. All right.
Can we pull the
Whatever
rest of the
that
cords
is,
out
though,
now?
we should probably burn it. Or study it, if that's your thing.
The rest of the cords, so they come out of the tank now?
Yeah, it's easy to pull them out of the tank now.
Margaret, you want more trophies?
Sorry, more what?
More trophies?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Dangling flesh wires.
I think
You
about
can
it.
make a necklace.
Okay,
I can
speaking
make
of,
myself a trophy case for the coterie.
Yeah. Yes. And I can put my award that says most times beat up.
sorry, storyteller, quick question. Margaret, did she regain her arm?
Yeah, she already
Okay.
she put it
All right.
back
I
into
missed that.
the Let's save that description for later if you want to rewind it.
I'm good.
So just
Flesh wires.
when I haul Mr. Armless over to the look, he's mostly armless to the limo trunk and toss him in the arms in. I'm going to rifle him as well as the robots to see if there are any wallets, identification, papers, anything.
For each of them, they're kind of like you kind of pat them down, do the old, pat here and there.
Yep.
So you find that there's next to nothing. Like, this is suspiciously like just empty of any kind of identification. No wallet, there's no keys, there's just next to nothing in their pockets. There's like, one of them has a kind of like a small like kind of candy that's wrapped in plastic, and it's got like the twists on either side. But all of them have like a black key card that has the letters HIT with a period behind it on each one of them.
Oh, those get tucked into 3 matching black key cards.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, those will get just tucked into the inside pocket. Close the trunk. And then I'm just going to hang out, lean against the back quarter panel of the limo and watch all the fun that's been going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun going on.
Yeah.
Is anyone grabbing that particular piece of technology?
I'm grabbing it. And I'm going to throw it in the back of the limo.
All right.
We all getting back in now?
Cal's already jumped back in. Like
Okay.
after the cable's cut off, the
Oh,
thing
right.
flickered around. It was like, job's done. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm going to also go back in the limo.
Margaret? Same?
Yeah, she's in already.
So Duran's already in there. Mordecai?
No. I'm still leaning in the back panel watching them all get into the limo.
Okay.
So this is what we did. We came here to see the car, and it is a beautiful car. And then we've seen the car, killed some people, and we go home.
Well,
that's a pretty wild Vancouver night, I guess. It's
if you
We help the car, maybe.
that's I thought
benefit for the future.
people were talking about driving the car and doing things with the car. No, we saved the car thing.
I think
I'm
we
not
weren't expecting
sure.
the mages to want to kill us when we came to see the car. So I don't know about you guys, but I think
We should move the
maybe
car.
Jude needs some rest. How are you feeling, Jude?
Bad. I feel bad. Like in my brain, it feels bad.
Okay.
I think if you got hit less, your brain would feel better.
You see Jude just tamp down some serious rage that's emanating in Jaw's direction. I will take that under advisement, friend.
Glad to help. Always looking out for my Tremere friends.
Boy, I am being tested in this episode in a way I've never been tested in my life. Okay, and Jude's gonna just do that thing where she lays down in the limo and looks really sulky. It's kind of a tradition at this point.
This is what happens when you have a 1 in charisma.
Fair enough. Is every
John thought he was actually being complimentary.
What are we doing with the car? With
Well,
Marcus?
the car can stay here for now.
Is he safe?
Um,
Clearly not. If the mages
no.
were trying to do something with them.
I'm going to move the car, but it can be here for now. I will move it before I go.
Can it
to
move
my sleep this
itself?
evening.
Hey,
Not
Marcus.
that I know of.
Can you drive? Honk once if yes.
There's no response.
Maybe
I think it
response
likes
to
you.
Tremere?
I don't think it's dependent on your clan. I don't even know what clan Marcus is, but yeah. But I before I go to my sleep this morning, I will move it to another safe location, so that the mages have the work cut out for them.
It is obvious if this is what they were, made these robots and gentlemen. And it is unfortunate we did not have him to ask questions to. That yes, they know where Barone Marcus is and they have an interest in him. So I'm going to turn to the car and just kind of, Barone Marcus, it was very pleasurable to meet you. I hope that we have the privilege again sometime of saying hello. And perhaps a joyous ride in the moonlight and along the water's edge or some such thing. And I'll get in the limo.
Just as you are getting into the limo, you hear the faintest bit of music. You can almost not quite hear it, but you hear Gothmobile by the Vampire Beach Babes being played inside the Gothmobile.
I'm going to give it a little side eye. Viene.
And it's at that point, I think it would be a good time to call off this particular episode.
Now, actually, when I get in the car, I'm going to give Mordecai one of a particular business card for one of the tailor shops. and say, when you arrive home, Senor Mordecai, phone this number. Tell them you need a morning suit for a person whose name is made of the 3 letters of the limo's license plate. Give them your address and hang up. And then tomorrow night when you wake, the bodies in the back will have been taken care of. Because I'm going to use Ars Moriende, the Giovanni clan merit, to just, poof, they're gone.
They are gone.
They will be gone.
Nice.
And everybody here has the clan merits. That's one of my home rules. So, that would be a good time to cut off this particular episode. You know, there were some mages, there were some hit marks, you know, the standard crossover World of Darkness type stuff.
Drugs, it's great.
Yeah, nobody knows what that technology bit is. That's going to happen later. So, let's do a quick roundtable to have you guys tell everybody where you're going next, what's going to happen, what's going on with your life, and let's start with Duran.
Evening. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying, and hopefully you enjoyed a lot, as much as we did, being with all these fantastic people. I know I had a ball, and I get to say we'll be back again next week because we lived, which is always a wonderful thing to know. My name is Cliff. You can find me on Instagram, which is whichever way it is, under the Vintage Shelf, where I show off the various suits that I own and other strange and interesting things. And other than that, yeah, I'm places.
Mordecai.
Hey, I'm Mordecai, player Mike, always disarming. No. You can catch my pre and hopefully post-COVID adventures in cosplay at Canadian Captain America or CDN Captain America on Twitter. Tuesday nights on this very channel, Vancouver by Night, I am the Dungeon Master for a group of would-be heroes. So tune in at 6 p.m. PST. And probably in another month, we'll have all the bells and whistles all ironed out in a row and all the mixed metaphors to get another game going Sunday afternoons. Same bat chime, same bat channel, where I will be a player in a game of D&D.
It's not at all the same bat time, because we've never had a game on Sunday before for broadcasting. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Jude.
Hey, my name's Sara. I was Jude. You can find me. I am a creative partner at Martlet Games. By this time's episode 2 of London's Bleeding, my historical V5 chronicle, has aired. You can find that on Wednesdays at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern on Martlet Games. Quite a few episodes, but it's a limited series, so don't worry about having to like consume a whole ton of it. I kind of just have a path in mind for that. And the other thing I'd like to do a little teaser for is we're working on a Sabbat doubleheader for Martlet, gonna feature many of your favorite vampire faces. An absolutely incredible star-studded cast, and when I tell you this is going to be chaotic, you have no idea. We had our session 0 and it was really, really it's going to be a bloody splatterpunk good time, a little different than what you're used to seeing, so that'll just be a 2-parter, so look out for that in the future. Other than that, you can find me Saturday here. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes, and then over on the Martlet Games channel, Storytelling for London's on Twitch. So I will see you next time.
And Margaret.
Hi, I am Astrid. You can find me on Twitter, diviner_Astrid, where you can find, information about my Etsy. I read tarot, I sell crystals, minerals, fossils, stuff like that. Hopefully by the time we come to the end of this episode, I'll be able to show up in chat, because I have another game starting right before this. My own Vanhook clan coming back. We covered some lost, let's say, clan artifacts. So I will hopefully be in for the last hour. But thank you all for joining. This is probably the funnest part of my week.
And ja.
Hey everybody, I am Prince, aka Dipples and Dice, or Amir Hamza. You can find me around the internet at Dipples and Dice on Twitter, Twitches, and all that jazz. Let's see. By the time you see this is Saturday. So yeah, you should be getting a follow-up of this later on that evening and see me do Philly by Night. And we'll have a new cast member. It's gonna be good. Then on Sunday, you should find me on my channel, Dimples and Dice, for Acquisitions Inc. I'll be the DM for that game, and just keep an eye out on my Twitter for all the rest of my game happenings. But you'll probably see me playing lots and lots and lots of Mass Effect. Oh yes, it's coming, y'all. You'll see why my cats are named after Mass Effect characters.
It is coming. Abigail.
Hello, I'm Joanna. I was playing Abigail. You can find me on Twitter at Hyrule Gardener. This is really the only game that I do other than some other, one-offs here and there. So you will find me here next week. And since I'm not saying very much, I'm actually ceding my time back to anybody else who needs it. Who else wants to do some more promo?
Oh, we temporarily lost
Prince?
Cliff.
I mean,
I'm ceding my time. Come on.
there's
Okay.
more stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. We're currently cooking up a Cult of the Blood Gods chronicle for Onyx Path, so that's going to be coming down the pipeline. Astrid, you're going to get your Bahari fix there. That's going to be really, really interesting. Going to take place in St. Louis, so that'll be an interesting setting. Going to have a garden there. I think that's about all that I have.
I guess the only other thing that I'll add that I didn't is check me out on Faithforge Academy on Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm doing a D&D Chronicle D&D adventure over there campaign. Closing on episode 5. It's an 8-parter, so do check those out. I've been having a whole lot of fun with that crew, and I cosplay for that one, so check us out.
It's really good. Definitely see it.
Thank you.
It's super good. And I am Storyteller Steve. So we are on at 3 today. So next week we're going to go back to our regular time starting at noon PST because the adjacent crew is returning next week to see what kind of weird shenanigans they're going to get into with drinking werewolf blood and freaking out at each other and destroying basements and whatever other just wacky adventures they get into.
I love watching them because when I think that we're a mess over here, then I go over there and I'm like, no, they're a mess.
It does make me feel better. It does. Really does.
They are a telenovela over there.
I
Really
love
is.
them though.
Yeah,
It's great.
No, they're
yeah.
incredible.
They
I'm
are
me, Patrick's character.
they are an awesome group to storytell to because I just give them seeds here and there and they just take it and run with it, and they just I'm like fixated kind of watching them react to each other and go back and forth, and I'm just like, oh right, I was supposed to do something. Let me check my book.
They tell a good story.
Yeah. So they will be returning next week. I am Malik Greybeard, the Dragonborn barbarian on Would Be Heroes, who actually has a gray beard. His mom made it for him because he was raised by dwarves, so the other kids wouldn't make fun of him. So that is on Tuesdays. Mike is the DM for that, and then we are going to be doing possibly some other stuff. The Sunday game eventually that I will have no part in. I will just be observing that one. And so we are also, if anybody else wants to run anything on the channel, hit me up, let me know, and you can run it. I will watch that, I guess, as well. So we are going to raid over to Rolling These 20s in just a few seconds. So have a good night, everybody, and go and see Rolling These 20s deal with Dracula.
It's going to be great.
And we are